but the brand representative lives in Birmingham and is an old friend of mine. And the flag is secured. That's not a problem.
Okay, so if we vet between ourselves and staff, and we come back at the next meeting and have some more correspondence, is that okay, or is you needing something between now and our next meeting?
Obviously, the quicker we get it, the better. But if that's what it needs to be, that's what it'll be.
Okay. Well, I will defer to Mr. McCullum's staff to get us the information that we're waiting on.
Okay. Anything else?
For the council's information, Max and I have met on it. We tried to set up a meeting. I think Jeff's been a little bit
Better now.
better now. But we are working on it. We're going to look at those numbers and have something that we think to present to the council from our recommendation once we had a chance to look at it.
Thank you, Mr. Powell.
Thank you. Thank you, Ward. Thank you. Very good project. Thank you.
Somebody's got your contact information, all that kind of stuff? Okay. All right. Thank you.
Seeing no further citizens signed to speak, item 14, mayor and council members' business. I'll start with Mayor Aaron.
Thank you, Council President Logan. I want to dovetail what City Administrator said about our staff. They have done an overwhelmingly outstanding job getting prepared. For the last 2 weeks, they've worked on getting prepared for the virus, so to speak, and it seems to be changing daily. In the meeting this morning, they updated what they had and had other suggestions. In spite of what some people seem to think, that we're not doing anything, they have done a huge amount of work. And I have to say that I'm very appreciative of that, and I take offense at anybody who throws our department heads under the bus for absolutely no reason whatsoever, because they need to be commended for the things they have done for the last 2 weeks, being prepared for what's happening in our society right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. District 1, Councilman Roberts.
Just when we do the projects update, I know that we're all concerned about the roads. I mean, I think we've had enough water to wash pavement away. I know, Ms. Starnes, you can't even fill some of the potholes. They still got water in them. I'm going to turn them into fishing holes. I don't see any other use for them, but we probably ought to publish something. We probably ought to publish something quickly about how we're going to do this. I know we're trying to go through the scanning of the roads. I know we've got some roads that are going to cost us some serious money, and I think this year we won't be paving anything. We'll be repairing everything. So
That appears to be the case.
So as soon as we can kind of get something out by district, I know District 1 is probably beat up pretty good.
Well, we've got several road projects that we are working and are zeroing in on, as we did the last couple of weeks. We've been dealing with all the excessive rain, and it has exacerbated a lot of the problems that we were already experiencing. Potholes became fishing holes, as you described, and a lot of flooding issues have led to and identified problems in areas that we need to strengthen. Even our subdivision rules and regulations, and elevations being one of them on a subdivision where water's not appropriately draining from lots. It's creating more problems. Same thing with roads, where we discovered one of the ones, unfortunately, the timetable has expired for us to get any corrective measures out of the developer and the engineer on one particular road. But be assured, we're addressing. We're doing our. I've asked for solutions to several of those. We've met with county engineer and his staff to help us help solicit their support on several of these road projects. And very productive meetings, I might add, with the county engineer and his staff. They've been very helpful to us, and Jay, I'll tell you, I met with them on the bridge on Martin Luther King and discussed that and solutions to some of those. But we are working on them. The staff's working hard to take corrective action and bring solutions to you, not just problems.
Well, we're gonna work hard in the budget to try and free up every dollar we can for the repair, because we're no longer paving, as I said, we're repairing. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman. Thank you for that update as well, Mr. McCullum. Thank you. District 2 under my business, we did meet, Mr. McCullum and myself and a couple staff members in terms of some of that aspects of the MLK project. So one aspect is the bridge along MLK, which may be some partnerships that are going to present themselves where we can get the project going much quicker. The other one is, I know Councilman Davis and I are working, so I want to put it on the record that I do think we have a pretty good plan if we can get council support on two things in Councilman Davis's district. That's been kind of one of those things was been a kind of sore thumb. Wouldn't you agree? Just trying to get it going. So we're gonna. I think we've got a pretty good idea about how we can maybe make a couple roads work. Maybe Jones and Taylor Road, but with again two.
Correct.
Is it? Yeah, Tom Taylor and Jones. So again, I think we've got a pretty good idea about how we can go about trying to mitigate some of that issue. Again, the rain really revealing a lot of the issues that we have in our roadways, like everybody have said. Again, I appreciate staff working on in terms of the roads and the paving aspect of it. Again, MLK is going pretty good. I think we've got a good workaround. Council's been very supportive of this project, so you guys need to be commended in terms of pushing the project down the road, but we got to get it over the finish line. And the bridge on MLK is one of those aspects where I think we've got a partnership that's about to reveal itself to where we can get the project going. So that's my report. No, one more thing. I meet with Tuscaloosa Ministerial Alliance at 6 o'clock, so I'm actually late, but we are going to discuss safety as it relates to funeral processions. So again, just a dialogue talk that we're going to have, and I wanted the council to know that I'll be meeting with some members of the Ministerial Alliance today at New Zion Baptist, and again, just to talk about ways we can kind of increase safety during the funeral processions in our city limits. So that's all my business. District 3, Councilman Hinton.
Just, I have a question. That is Union Chapel Road Extension, the intersection there. It looks like they're beginning to do a little more work again. And so maybe it won't be too long before we see that one completed, but that's a big concern of a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Councilman. District 4, Councilman Davis.
Well, thank you, President Logan. I do want to piggyback off what you discussed about a couple of roads in my district. We got an email from Steve Strickland today or yesterday. His concerns over the tarring and chipping, or what I call the chip and seal for that road. We want to improve that road, and we will be discussing that at Wednesday's Projects Committee meeting. I know we've been talking about it a long time. I think the biggest hurdle we have is acquiring the right-of-ways on the Jones Road, because there are a lot of people that have titles to the connection of Jones Road that do not even live in the state. So we'll be addressing that at the Projects Committee meeting. On another email that I received that President Logan touched on earlier was the city officials and, well, the mayor and city officials not addressing the coronavirus. We have been informed and are staying informed. Matter of fact, probably early last week, when was it, Chief Marshall? You started sending emails out, so we are aware of the situation just like everybody is, and should it come a time to address an issue here in Northport, I have full confidence in our staff to take the lead on this. I know Miss Deal wanted me to read this email that she sent, but I have invited her to the April 6th meeting, and we will put her on the agenda for her to address the council. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman. District 5, Councilman Hogg.
Yes, At our last meeting on March 2nd, I had presented a plan for Northport Water Park. At the end of the presentation, I asked this mayor and council to consider the plan and let me know if there were any questions. As of today, I have received no feedback except for one person in regards to this and have addressed that particular concern with that person with further information. So, also as of today, each of us have had various emails from citizens asking us to proceed with this presentation. I have also seen where over 2,000 people have now signed a petition asking us to move forward with this. I understand right now that there are more important things going on in the world, so I'm not asking for any type of vote tonight to proceed. What I'm asking for tonight is that if there's any concerns besides the current pandemic where we shouldn't vote in the next month or so on doing this project. I will be addressing those concerns within the next few weeks. But if anyone here is totally against the project, I'd like for you to please let me know now so I'm not wasting my time or the citizens' time by giving them false hope in regards to this presentation. So if there's anyone here that is just adamantly opposed to doing this for our citizens that we represent, if you could let me know now. If not, I will continue to work on addressing all the situations and concerns that anybody might have.
I'm opposed to the project as it is stated. I don't believe that the city should be taking on a water park. I think the community of Tuscaloosa County, if this is something the community wants, under the auspices of PARA, I think we should partner with those folks to do it. I find that a $7 million bond for this type of activity is just something I don't see how the city does, considering we're still paying back Public Works for money borrowed to make payroll. Whether or not a water park makes money or not is immaterial. It's whether you offer that to the citizens. Some of the examples that were shown for areas that had water parks, they're the only community in their area. That is the draw. We are a community of 200,000 people that gets visitors regularly, and that is several entities here in the county and surrounding areas. And I think if the community is going to entertain this, this should be a joint project and put it back under PARA, and we shouldn't run it. We shouldn't staff it, but we should look at a joint project, and that's my statement.
Okay, that's all I'm asking. Anybody else adamantly opposed to this, or should I continue?
I just want to be opposed to Frank Chandler. Mr. Chandler, I think he mentioned he wanted me to get some information for him. So, again, he mentioned COVID-19 or the virus in actual pools, but on our website, if you go to CDC, of course, it's on our website as well. All the water guys in here know what I'm talking about. Chlorine right now in pools are at what, one parts per million? Maybe something like that. So CDC has already said that drinking water, recreation pools, hot tubs, all that are safe in terms of, yes, I know that seems you got to turn your brain, but you're in a highly chlorinated area. So there it is. I wanted to make sure that Mr. Chandler, I think he mentioned that to me after the meeting, and one of his concerns was, Councilman Hogg, was the threat of the coronavirus in pools and swimming pools and water parks of such nature. So again, you can go to city's website. We've got a link from CDC, or you can go directly to CDC in terms of drinking water, recreational pools. It pretty much flattens that theory. So,
Anybody else?
I'd like to make a few comments. We have a Parks Committee, and then we have a subcommittee of citizens, primarily of citizens working together. And I think the water park should be referred to that group, see how it fits into the overall picture for the city. As it stands, I could not support it right now, but I think if we look at it further, there may be some ways, PARA, as Councilman Roberts has said, that it might work.
I like the fact you're talking about PARA, but go ahead. I like it.
I'm just trying to see, is this something that we continue, or is this something that y'all want to?
I actually like the idea. I just, again, it's going to be up to council, but I do like the idea. I like the big thinking, Councilman, but it's really going to be a matter of council getting comfortable and community getting comfortable. But I really like the idea. I like the information you presented. Again, I like that PAIR is being talked about in a good way.
There's nobody else to discuss that. I do want to take the time to remind everyone to pay close attention to the COVID-19 pandemic and follow the CDC guidelines for public health. More than ever, we all need faith, trust, hope, confidence, love, and a positive attitude as we arise to meet the challenges that we will face in the next coming weeks. I want to leave everyone with some short stories with a huge meaning regarding each of those. One time, an entire village decided to pray for rain. On the day of prayer, all the people gathered, but only one boy came with an umbrella. That is faith. When you throw babies in the air, they laugh because they know that you will catch them. That is trust. Every night when we go to bed with no assurance that we will wake up alive the next morning, we still set our alarms to wake us up. That is hope. We plan big things for tomorrow in spite of zero knowledge of the future. That is confidence. We see the world suffering, but we still get married and have children. That is love. And on a man's shirt, I once read, it said, "I'm not 85 years old. I'm sweet 16 with 69 years of experience." And that is attitude. So I challenge everyone to live their lives like those short stories. Enjoy time with your family, wash your hands, respect others, and be a positive influence during this time we're facing. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Item 15 is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
That's a motion by Councilman Hogg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Davis. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
All opposed, same sign. We are adjourned, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.